think you can escape them. At night or early in the morn, the eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. The eyes of Texas are upon you all the livelong day. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away.
Be careful what you're doing.
All right, lock him up.
But he didn't do anything.
Never mind. Now get moving, all of you. I'll lock you up with him.
Hurry up with the rest of that junk.
Oh, Bob.
It's all right, Martha. You can unload everything. I'll have the tax money in the morning. It's now or never, mister. But the bank promised it. For just a few hours, you can't take the roof from over our heads. Oh, I can't, can I? You can't. I won't let you.
Bob! Bob! Oh!
Better proofread this very carefully, Ann. Your father wants to base his lead editorial on this story.
And it'll be hot enough to melt type metal.
Another episode in the brutal history being written in hot lead by the Texas State Police came to light yesterday when T.J. Wilson, well and favorably known local rancher, was shot and killed by State Police Lieutenant George Barnes.
That's the first time that pike of drawer's been sorted since I've been here.
The dead man is survived by his widow, Martha, and 2 small children. Looks like you'll have to start all over again with A.
And go right through to Z.
There still ain't enough letters there to spell what I'm thinking.
There is every reason to believe that the killing of Rancher Wilson was wanton murder, and
that's just what it was, murder.
Dad.
we didn't hear you come in, Colonel.
How could you with Pat throwing type all over the place? Now, about that Wilson killing.
No bones broken?
No.
And your father's been hurt. I guess there's no doubt about who shot you.
Why, the state police, of course. They've repeatedly threatened to kill me on account of my editorial stand.
Us being with you didn't help it.
No.
But, Gene, why do you say that?
When the Rangers disbanded, your father immediately gave Pat and me a job.
And mighty proud to have you, Gene.
But it didn't help you any with the state police. They hate all Rangers.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose they do.
And being an ex-Ranger, I think I found a way to get rid of the whole corrupt outfit.
If you can do that, Gene, you'll be a bigger man than Sam Houston.
How many ex-Rangers do we know, Pat?
Oh, 50, 60, maybe more if we take a careful nose tally.
If you got a Texas map, I'll show you what I mean, Colonel.
Why, sure, Gene. Put on some coffee, Ann. Excuse me.
We can't lose if all of us old Rangers get every bit of evidence we can against the state police. Then if we have to, we can force a showdown with the state legislature or Congress.
And when you get your affidavits and witness statements, send them to Gene Autry at Comanche Wells.
My horse is about to give out.
Mine, too. We gotta get fresh ones.
Why don't we just ease up?
I tell you, Autry recognized me back there in Teepee Springs. He's probably trailing us now.
What of it? We're state police. You can't do us no harm.
Look, Driscoll, I shot a ranger once. Them rangers never forget. And Teepee Springs was crawling with ex-rangers. I want a fresh horse. Come on.
Hey, you inside!
Come on in there.
Don't seem to be nobody to home.
That's all the better. There's what we want. You keep your eye peeled. Somebody may be watching.
Let them watch. Leaving our horses, ain't we?
But under Texas law, it's still horse stealing.
It don't make no difference who they are. Them horses is our lives. Hey, you! Halt! Hold on, shoot! Get back, Kathy.
Stay with him, Pat.
Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
Everything will be all right, Kathy. I'll take you to the sweetest girl in Texas, Ann Bellamy. She'll take good care of you.
I'll drive.
No, I'll drive.
Yeah, but... well...
If you're taking me under your wing, I better begin to earn my keep. I can handle these crowbaits.
All right, they're all yours, honey.
Get 'em on down the road.
Get up, you jughead!
Every evening just at twilight when the shadows fall, a little man comes creeping to see if you are sleeping. He has come to take you to the land of Nod. So close your eyes and wait. The Sandman's never late. Over the mountain, way down in the valley, there's a slumberland. Chocolate rabbit and big lollipops down in slumberland. On top of each sand dune, a cherry you'll find. You can eat all the ice cream, the Sandman won't mind. In all of the rivers, there's pink lemonade. Down in slumberland. Try to go to sleep, Kathy.
I just can't. It's all so different. Ever since Mommy died, Daddy always said my prayers with me before I went to bed.
What'd I do?
Do you know the Lord's Prayer?
I guess that's one you never forget.
Our Father, which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Good night, Jean.
Good night, Kathy.
That coffee's good. Now, see here, Ann. We just can't do it. Now, I appreciate Jean's thoughtfulness of bringing the child here, and we'll see that she's well taken care of. But we just can't take her into our family.
But, Father, she's so young and so friendless.
I'm sorry. We just can't take in every little waif that needs a home. Now, that's an end of the matter. You understand, Jean?
I'll try to, sir.
Well, the least you can do is meet Kathy.
Well, of course, yes, of course.
She's right outside with Pat.
It'll be all right, Kathy. Just you remember and say everything exactly like I told you.
I will, Pat.
Come on in, honey. You too, Pat.
Hello, Buckram.
Howdy, Colonel, Miss Ann.
Hello, Pat.
Kathy, I want you to meet Colonel Bellamy. Colonel, this is Kathy Evans.
I'm glad to meet you, Kathy.
I'm proud to know you, Colonel Bellamy. My father said that you were one of the great men of the Confederacy.
Well, he did, eh?
Oh, yes, sir. He said in the South they had two great cavalry leaders, Jeb Stewart and Jim Bellamy.
My first Texas Cavalry Regiment certainly taught those Yankees a thing or two, if I do say it myself. And can't somebody do something about this?
You're pretty busy, sir, so I'll take Kathy along. We've got to find a place for her to stay, you know.
No, she can stay here. That is, until you've made suitable arrangements.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thunder and lightning. I might have known something like that would happen. I'm soaking wet.
You and Pat go ahead, Gene. I can handle it.
It almost worked, Pat.
See you later, Kathy. So that's what you and Kathy were cooking up. You taught that kid to lie to the colonel.
I did not. I just taught her to say what her old man might have said if he'd have thought of it. Besides, we got to try to punch a hole in that old windbag.
You know, Pat, sometimes you act as though your brain really worked.
Yeah, sometimes. Huh? Busiest gal in Texas. What you doing, honey?
I'm cleaning up the colonel's things. Seems like you men sure can get things dirtier than us kids.
Well, that's why we keep you women folks around, Kathy. It's your job to keep us cleaned up and well-fed. Don't forget the well-fed part. Oh.
Pat Buttram, just see what you did to my soap.
Well, just see what your soap did to my pants.
From the looks of them, a little soap and water wouldn't do them any harm.
You know, you sound just like my mom used to when I was your age.
I bet she kept you clean.
Clean? Honey, child, there was a kind of a glow about us Buttram kids.
You sound like there was a lot of you.
No, only 14. Now, you go ahead and get these things all cleaned up, and I'll bet the old colonel will just about bust when he sees them.
Do you really think so?
Yes, sir, he'll just about bust.
The man we're after is Adjutant General Sladen. If we can get him, the whole rotten structure will collapse. Soap!
He'll bust all right.
How in the name of the Holy Roman Empire did soap get in my pipe?
I'm sure I don't know, Colonel.
Well, you see, Colonel, Kathy thought she'd surprise you by washing your things, and I guess she didn't know soap don't smoke so good.
That child, that infernal child. Now see what she made me do.
You broke it, Colonel.
That's right. Side with the little demon, side with her. I did not break the pipe. It slipped out of my fingers on account of the soap she put on it. Why did you?
You're under arrest, Autry.
Any particular charge?
Murder. You killed Clyde Chambers.
Put them up, both of them.
Good work, Pat. Come on.
Give us a hand here, Bellamy.
I'm a busy man.
Unlock these cuffs. I left my keys in the office. Oh, I ain't got no handcuff keys. Oh, come on. Autry got away! Autry got away! Come on! Ah! Autry and Buttram got away! Oh! Hey! Who's gonna take off these confounded handcuffs? They got the keys!
A month of this outdoor housekeeping is a belly full.
If everything goes all right, maybe we can spend a little time in town.
I won't know how to act.
That's it.
I ain't so sure about this. I don't see no outriders or gun guards, but there could be 2 or 3 trigger men in that stagecoach.
You know Sladen doesn't travel that way. He's got too much to lose. Let's take him when he gets to that rock.
Get out!
Hand me that gun.
What's the meaning of this? Do you know who I am?
I'm here because I do know who you are. Adjutant General Sladen. Now just take it easy. You act like you might have high blood pressure. My name's Autry.
Not Gene Autry, the ex-ranger.
That's right. I'm here on some delayed ranger business. Might as well get in. We're heading for Comanche Wells with you. Keep an eye on the engineer, Pat.
Help! Help! If this is a holdup, Mr. Autry, you'll never get away with it.
Well, General, in a way it is a holdup. One of the few justifiable ones in history, and I'll get away with it.
You mean you'd kill me?
That would just complicate things. Your men already say I'm a murderer.
Clyde Chambers, yes, I know about that.
You also know he killed a Texas Ranger. And I had to shoot him in self-defense after he killed Evans. I also know if I accept arrest from your state police, I'll never go to trial. Killed while resisting an officer is the way you explain the deaths of men you don't like.
And just what do you expect me to do about it?
Drop the Chambers charge.
And if I refuse?
Power has made you very careless, General. For 4 weeks, you've scarcely been out of my sight, and I've learned a lot.
Just what have you learned?
This money is your rake-off from your captains and the bandit leaders they're protecting. And this is a list of the men and the amounts they've paid you.
I see. Then if the chamber charge is dropped, you won't give that list to Colonel Bellamy for publication, is that it?
Let's say it won't be published as long as I'm free and healthy.
Very well. I'll see that the necessary orders are issued when we reach Comanche Wells.
I'll just stick around close by to make sure you do. And remember, you can shoot a Derringer from the pocket.
How come you had the boys mail the letters to you here?
Because nobody here knows me, far as I know. I didn't think about hitting town the same time as General Sladen.
Yeah, and how come you made that deal with Sladen? That ain't like you.
I want more evidence. I said I wouldn't publish that payoff list, and I won't. But I will submit it to the legislature and Congress as more proof of his guilt.
Sladen ain't gonna like you.
And so there you have it. I issued the order that no official police action be taken against Autry because I had to, shall we say, protect us all. Can you think of a better way to handle the situation, Captain Yancey?
Well, that all depends on what you call official police action, General.
I mean an open arrest on the Chambers charge.
It's an easy way to get back that envelope of yours.
I don't agree. Autry's too smart to keep that evidence on him. When he left here, he went right straight to the post office. I saw him. It's probably in the mails right now.
But if he isn't around to back it up with testimony, it doesn't mean very much. I'm for not letting him leave Comanche Wells.
Not a bad idea, Captain Yancey, but after all,
I told you to stick with Autry.
I got him. Him and his partner just checked in at the Comanche house. Said they're going to feed and turn in because they want to start at sunup.
Then plant yourself in the lobby until you're sure they're bedded down.
Yeah. But there's something funny. Autry picked up a bundle of mail that would choke a burro.
Mail? Why should Autry be getting mail here?
Postmaster says it's been coming in 3-4 weeks, and it's all from towns in Texas.
I don't like this. That mail means something. Yancey will take him tonight. Kelly, do you know anything about their room?
I know all about it, General. I've slept off a dozen drunks in it. There's one small little window in the alley.
Put a man on that.
And there's a door into the hall.
You can handle that.
And there ain't no doors into the connecting rooms.
Well, that's just fine. I'll take command of this detail myself, Captain, just to make it look official. All right, Kelly.
Shot while resisting arrest, huh?
Precisely, Captain. Shot while resisting arrest.
Did you get it? Yeah. Make a lot of racket. Give me something to rack it with. Somebody had a bad cold.
And what a hangover.
Just what I need for my racket.
You must be down in the dumps, Pat. Haven't heard a song out of you all day.
Just waiting for you to ask me, friend Gene.
Now do some loud singing.
Let me get them tuned first. I want to make sure they match my voice.
There's a yellow rose in Texas I'm going there to see. No other feller knows her, nobody only me. She cried so when I left her, it broke her loving heart. And if we never made again, we never part.
Louder.
She's the sweetest rose of color this feller ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like they do. You talk about your pretty gals and sing of Rosie Lee, but the yellow rose of Texas beats the bells of Tennessee.
Any sign of him?
Nope. Hadn't been for the last 2 or 3 hours. For a spell, they carried on like this drunk, singing and banging bottles around, but they finally simmered down. Passed out, most likely.
Do you think you can handle that window in case they make a break for it?
You just run them out.
Light a lamp.
They're gone.
Yeah, but how? They didn't fly through the roof.
Oh, I'm cussed if I know. That's how they got out of here.
You know, I thought it was kind of funny.
You thought what was funny?
Well, while I'm sitting in the lobby, Autry limps out with one boot on and asks the night clerk, can he borrow you a hammer? Says he knocked the heel off of one of his boots and wants to nail it back on. I thought it was funny.
You thought it was funny.
We'll walk a while, Pat. Ease the horses a little.
Ease our horses? If you wasn't in such an all-fired hurry to get somewhere before we start, we'd be easing ourselves in a nice soft bed back in Comanche Wells.
It means we'll get back to Ann's biscuits that much sooner.
Well, Ann bakes some mighty nice biscuits, but I hate to walk to get to them. Come on, horsey.
I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you. I looked around all over Texas till I found someone so true. It always seemed the same as any other, But when you came along, it grew and grew. I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you. I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you. I looked around all over Texas till I found someone so true. It always seemed the same as any other, but when you came along, it grew and grew. I've got a heart as big as Texas, and it's filled with love for you.
Golly, Gene, that song was a knockout.
I didn't know it was that good.
Gee, Pat, I didn't mean to hurt you.
That's all right, honey. You couldn't help it. But that fool thing's liable to kill somebody.
Father!
I got some work to do.
Is that child trying to assassinate me?
I better go and help Pat.
There, you're not hurt.
Not hurt, not hurt. I'll bet my jaw's cracked. That child'll be the death of me. Go put on some coffee, Ann. Make it strong, too. Eugene, I've been all through these papers thoroughly. And your rangers have certainly done a good job.
I knew they would.
Yeah, there's enough evidence here to justify some murder indictments.
Enough to get Sladen?
Why, with this list of payoff men, we'll convict Sladen and a lot of others.
Then we'll get it into the state legislature right away.
And Washington, too, Gene. Let's time on all sides as long as we're at it. Now, we're going to be busy for the next few days getting out this week's paper. And then we'll make a foolproof presentment of the evidence and watch those rascals squirm. Come on.
You're 2 days early, General. Yes, I know. I canceled my trip to Beaumont and drove all day to get here. What's new in the Autry matter?
Well, I've got some results.
I told you to bear down on it, Yancey. I want to know what Autry's up to.
Well, perhaps you will when you've heard my report.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. Go ahead.
I started with the postmaster here. He remembered some of the towns where Autry's mail came from. In every town, our men have had trouble, serious trouble. And in every one of those towns, ex-rangers are getting affidavits from the civilians involved.
Affidavits?
In detail. They're interviewing every witness they can find to any act of our men that even looks a little shady.
That can mean only one thing. Autry's collecting a mass of anti-police evidence that even we can't ignore.
It looks like it.
And old Bellamy's yapping about a congressional investigation. This is probably part of it. We'd better go to Galveston.
Now?
Right now, and get me a new driver. Mike's all in. Take us all night to get there.
I'll get Ted Driscoll. He used to drive a state.
Good.
We're in, General. General, Galveston. Kathy, my shears. Kathy, my paste. Be careful of my new hat. Gentlemen, I'm going to wear this hat in your presence constantly. If one of you should laugh, if you dare even to smile, I'll shoot you. So help me, Jefferson Davis, I'll shoot you. And as for you, Ann, I'll reserve judgment. Now, you take that child with you, and you get lunch ready. I'll be home for it in an hour. And then we'll come back here and start the press rolling.
All right, Father. Come on, Kathy.
Well?
Captain Yancey, I just saw that kid that was at the ranch the day Clyde killed Evans.
Oh, you're crazy.
He's right, Tim. Archer brought that kid to town after the shooting.
Well, this changes the whole picture. Yes, gentlemen, it changes the whole picture.
They're all in there.
Those girls have never seen you, Yancey. You drive.
You get out of sight. Are you Miss Ann Bellamy?
Yes,
My name's Yancey. Your father had a horse accident out of my place, and
an accident. Is it serious?
Well, not too serious, I hope, but I think you better come.
Oh, of course.
Kathy, hurry, dear.
What on earth was Father doing out of the office today? Today's press day.
Well, I've been working with your father on some Texas Ranger business. He came out to talk over something.
Kathy, dear, the Colonel's been hurt and we're going to him.
Oh, Ann, I hope he isn't hurt bad.
I hope so too, dear.
Ann, there's one of the men who shot my father.
Get in that buggy. Come on, get in. This way. This is a small cabin. There's 4 of us to watch, so don't get any ideas. Inside.
Oh, Kathy, what on earth has happened?
It's rough inside, just like a ladder. I've already been almost to the top.
Darling, what are you talking about?
The chimney. I can get out and get Jane.
But suppose they catch you.
Oh, they'll just dust me off and shove me back in here.
Do you know how to get home?
You bet I do.
What do you want?
Here's some food.
Later, perhaps. Kathy's asleep. Please don't waken her.
Oh, all right.
Can't find anyone's even seen them all afternoon.
I learned one thing. Slayton's in town. And if we haven't found Ann and Kathy by midnight, I'll get him into a corner and beat some information out of him.
They'll never let you get that close, Gene. Buckland may know something when he gets back. As soon as I get the light going, brew me up some coffee, will you, Gene?
Sure, Colonel. We won't be here that long.
I don't see how they can disappear into thin air.
Just in time, Buttram. Take their guns.
Slayton, you scoundrel, what have you done with my daughter?
They're safe, Colonel. Quite safe. And so they shall remain, if you're inclined to listen to reason.
Go on.
You have certain affidavits and statements gathered together for you by our friend Autry here. I want them. When they're surrendered to me, your daughter and the Evans girl shall be released.
What guarantee have I of that?
My word.
Your word. The word of a murdering scoundrel.
Why, you...
No, don't, Gene, don't. Those affidavits, that's all you want?
Why, yes. Even though you entered into a conspiracy to have me removed from office, you're helpless without these Texas Rangers. And I have a state police warrant out for both of them. I want Autry for the murder of a state policeman, and I want Buttram as an accessory. I can assure you they won't collect any more affidavits.
You're no true Texan, Slayton. But my daughter is. Why, if I did as you asked, she'd walk in shame the rest of her life. Run, Chief!
Don't shoot, you'll kill each other! Capture him!
Get out of here, Gene! You gotta find Ann!
Kathy. Now, you stay right here.
Yes, Gene.
See that we're not disturbed. Give me those keys. Get those affidavits.
They're in the safe.
You can open that safe, or do I have to get gunpowder?
There's no need for further vandalism, Slayton. I'll open it.
Where'd they shoot you?
In the arm. I'm afraid to cut an artery. Here, help me up.
This isn't any time to try and boss things, Colonel. You're bleeding bad.
Help me up, I say.
And I say lie still. This is dirty, but it'll do for one of those tourniquets that stops bleeding.
Give me that tourniquet.
You stop fussing. You're not happy and no sure ramrodding everybody around. Well, just be unhappy until I get this tied tight.
Tie it tight. Tight.
Let's go around and back.
Yeah, well, I'll just wait here. Come on. Oh.
I wonder why they ain't done nothing about food. Even scared kids and women get hungry.
That is funny. I'll try him with some coffee. Hey, in there. Want some coffee?
Kathy is still asleep. Please let us alone.
Nobody's gonna hurt you. I just want to make sure everything's all right. Open up.
No, you can't come in. I don't want you to. You mustn't.
Don't tell me I mustn't. What goes on here? Hey, the kid's gone. You two get up on the road and have a look. Driscoll, you come with me.
Thank you, Kathy. That's a state police, probably. Hide, Kathy, hide.
I will not. Stand where you are, or I'll shoot.
Why, Kathy! Dad, you've been hurt.
No, it's nothing really, but the bullet cut a bleeder. I'd have sure bled to death if this blessed child hadn't got to me with a tourniquet. I wish I owned the state of Texas. I'd sure give it to her.
Was it Sladen?
Yeah. He got the affidavits, Gene.
He left in a stagecoach for Austin. I snuck out the front door and listened. After I got the colonel's hand bandaged.
Was anybody with him?
Only the stagecoach driver.
If I know Sladen, he wants to get to Austin to order a private reign of terror over everybody who signed those affidavits to help us.
He sure got a good start.
But by stage, he'll have to go through Comanche Wells. I could ford the river at Sandy Crossing and take him like Grant took Richmond.
Say, that's no way for an ex-Confederate cavalryman to talk.
You might take him, but you'll never get him back here.
If you'll listen to me, we can do that, too. Let's go.
What's the matter?
I gotta let him breathe, General.
Well, I might as well stretch my legs then.
You can stretch your hands, too. Straight up. Get down. Drop that gun. Tie him up.
I ain't got nothing to tie him with.
Use this. Now get in there. Us Texans don't do near enough walking. Suppose you try it a while. This way.
What about my stage?
It's now become the night stage to Galveston, and I don't want to keep the general waiting. Move on.
in the stagecoach?
Autry took it.
Autry? Did he take Slayton, too?
The works. He's heading for Galveston. He took the Rocky Ford cutoff. It's rough, but he can make it.
So can we.
Try to get Autry. Aim high. Remember, Slayton's in that stagecoach.
Help! Get going, horses!
Seems like I've seen you men before.
Listen to him. We've rangered all over Texas together, and then he says, seems like I've seen you before. Who's your passenger, Mr. Stage Driver?
Big man in the Texas State Police.
The man should be careful of the company he keeps.
Oh, it's all right. He won't be in office long. Let's get him back to Galveston as soon as possible.
Let's get going.
Yeah.
Welcome, good old Texas Rangers. Now you're here to stay. You'll fly the mighty Texas forever and a day.
I can enjoy life now with my two girls. Texas is in safe hands again.